Hey everybody, I'm Dickus Khan and this is my submission video for SGDQ 2016. I'm submitting Mario Party Minigame Island Any Percent with 3 other runners, and we would like to make it a race. We feel like it would be a really intense race because all of our times are really close together. We're all, contenders for world record, and there's absolutely no chance that it could be a blowout and someone would just be way behind. That would just not happen. Also, Mario Party's never been at a GDQ, and the speedrunning community for this is growing. A lot more people are running it, and a lot more people are enjoying watching it. So it'd be really neat to have something like this involved at a GDQ for the first time, because it's such a nostalgic part of everyone's childhood was playing Mario Party. So anyways, this is the first minigame. Basically, you just want to get rid of these coin blocks as fast as you can for the speedrun. RNG wise, the best case scenario is that all the characters go for different blocks. So that wasn't terrible. It depends how long it takes for this one. Sometimes they can have a lot of coins in them. And that wasn't great RNG, but it wasn't like awful, and about even with my PB there. So, little things at the start that'll probably separate the runners a little bit, but there's no way we're going to get separated too much because we're all going to succeed on the mini games. I would say like maybe after the first few or first 4 or 5 games, we'll probably be separated by like less than 10 seconds, all 4 of us. So for this mini game, you want to bash these blocks and collect the bags. You want to ignore their coins because you need 10 coins to win the game, and you can't possibly collect enough from just plain coins. No, it's mine! Okay, I got it. Basically, once you get your 2 bags, you just bash the blocks. Try to get them off the screen as fast as you can. Alright, so that was pretty good RNG as well. I saved a bit of time there. For Coin Shower Flower, what a lot of people don't know growing up playing Minigame Island is that once you've collected the 20 coins you need to beat this minigame, you can just run off the edge and end it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then just run off the edge. You still complete the minigame because you collected the 20 coins. So that's a nice little speedrunning strat that we use a couple times in the run for games like that. Okay, paddle battle. This is the first of many joystick rotating, palm destroying, controller ending games in Mario Party 1 that everyone knows and despises. Nintendo actually got sued for having these games, and if anyone ever called in and complained that their palm was hurting or getting blisters or anything like that, then Nintendo was obligated to send them in the mail a glove. So I think a lot of people know about this, infamous fact about Mario Party 1, and I think that would be a pretty hilarious thing to mention. And also to see everybody rotating their joysticks and stuff would be really funny to watch at SGDQ. Something to mention is because of these minigames, a lot of runners use joysticks or controllers in general that are damaged in some way because it really destroys the controller. So I'm using one that the L button doesn't work, and I think that's worth mentioning. You want to use a controller that you don't really care if it gets harmed. Okay, so this is just your basic memory match. Not a lot to say about it. There's RNG obviously that comes into effect on how long it's going to take you. Mushroom, flower, regular mushroom. Okay. So that wasn't the greatest RNG. They were really separated from each other, but it also wasn't horrible. There's not a lot that comes into that one, but that was a pretty slow memory match on average. But that's not going to separate the runners too much. Okay. So in this minigame, like, you can't lose or gain too much time based on RNG, but obviously you want these things close together. I got pretty bad RNG here, but it's only going to cost me like maybe 1 second, maybe 2 seconds.
Finish.
But yeah, to be ahead by 9 seconds on my PB right now is pretty good. Obviously all RNG based. I haven't failed any minigames or been slow on anything. But that's just the way it is with the early stages of this game, which is why I think that this would also be a good contender for a race, is because everyone's going to be close at the beginning. I think everyone's going to be pretty neck and neck at the end, and I think that's going to draw people in and also hype people up for the excitement at the end. For Limbo Dance, the actual map that you get can affect how fast you are at beating it, which I got a really good map here, and had a 14 left on the clock. That can go all the way down to like a 7 or a 6 on the clock. So that's RNG based. The musical mushroom has, you know, some RNG into it as well that will be slow or fast. You just want the music to stop as soon as possible so you can end the minigame, grab the chest. Okay, that wasn't bad. That was about average, I think, for that minigame. That's only going to vary by about 6 seconds too, so at this point all the racers are going to be, I think at most, maybe first and fourth place could be separated by like 14 seconds at this point, based on just like how consistent all of us racers are at this game. So, pretty exciting. This minigame is just simply mashing B and jumping over obstacles. You won't lose or gain any time in a speedrunning sense on this one, so it's probably a good time to read donations. Things worth mentioning though is that these logs that fall, the trees that fall over and become logs, are pretty, you know, sporadic and hard to predict, so it's important that while you're playing this minigame you look in the background for those discolored trees that are going to fall over. But yeah, the course is the same length every time. Alright. Alright, Crazy Cutter. So, based on what picture you get, you can save or lose around. With the worst picture, you will lose 7 seconds, which is Goomba, unfortunately. With the best picture, yeah, you'll save 7 seconds, which is Bob-omb. Boo is the average RNG on here. So, like, Goomba loses you 7 seconds, Boo loses you like 5 seconds, and Bob-omb is what you want to see. Also, it matters how fast the computer players can finish up this minigame. They took a little while there, so you only need an 80 to pass, so it's really easy. Yeah, it's going to cost me about 1.3 seconds because I got Boo in my PB. Buried Treasure. This game could go either way. It could be over really quickly and you can win, or it can be over really quickly and the computer player can win. You just want to get lucky. So far, no signs. Oh, yeah, got super lucky. It also was kind of slow. It's about an average buried treasure, I'd say. Lost about 1.3 seconds. But that minigame, you could lose. That's one of like the first minigames I'd say is very failable. If the chest is right in front of the computer player and they just go to it and get it, then there's no way you can win it. So that could separate some of the racers for sure. Hopefully all 4 of us would be able to pass that though. There's not much to say about this game. It'd probably be a good time to read a donation or two. Just alternate left and right on the joystick.
Finish. Clear.
Alright. -8 on my PB right now is not bad. Oh boy, the dreaded 3-4 tug-of-war. This is just a painful, painful minigame. Here we go. 25's not bad. The best you can possibly do on tug-of-war is 27, but you really have to go ham on that. But anything between 25 and 27 is really good. But that is just a painful one. And probably be hilarious to watch everybody rotating their joysticks as fast as they possibly can, shredding their palms. Alright, so Teetering Towers is a pretty straightforward minigame. There's no RNG. But it can be pretty difficult, and you can get pretty unlucky with dropped inputs and stuff. So, you know, you just hope for the best on this one. It's a lot harder casually. Once you get the hang of it and you've done it a bunch of times, it becomes really easy. There we go.
Finish.
Alright, so starting off with 4-1, this is like probably the best minigame I'd say for reading out donations. It's just a minute-long auto-scroller, not a lot to say about it, so I would say this is the optimal time to do that. You basically just go down the course as fast as you can, and hit the speeds along the way, and it's just a minute-long auto-scroller. But it's got a great soundtrack. That's something that can be said about this whole game. It's just got an awesome soundtrack. I really like it.
Finish.
Alright, pretty good. Alright. So moving on to 4-2. Skateboard Scamper. Pretty simple minigame, just mash B and press A to jump over the thwomps. There's not going to be a lot of time variance on this one either for the runners. Something interesting about this game though is that these thwomps are random every time. Anything can happen on this minigame. It's totally random. And I purposely avoid those coins because there's like maybe a half second or at least a few frames where it counts up your total coins. It's really minuscule, but speedrunners, you know, they go for every millisecond they can usually.
Finish.
This is Handcar Havoc. straight mashing game, mashing A. But what you also got to watch out for is the turns. You have to direct your cart as you turn, which you didn't have to do so much in Mario Party 2 version of this game. And something that's interesting about the Mario Party 1 version of this game is that you have to turn into it super early or you'll fall off. Way earlier than you think. Especially for this turn right here. But yeah, gotta be careful on this one. It's failable, but it most likely won't happen at a GDQ. Definitely possible though, anything can happen in a marathon. Alright, and at this point, you just go straight ahead and mash. Something to mention too is if by some chance the computer players fall off and die, which I've only seen once, the lag is reduced so heavily that you can save like 10 seconds from lag reduction. So if that happens to one of us at SGDQ, that'd be crazy. Super unlikely, but super awesome if that happens for one of the racers. Ghost Guess is pretty... It's not easy, but it's not hard. It depends on what happens. You just have to pick the first ghost that moves. It's easier than others sometimes. Like that one wasn't the easiest I've ever seen, but I was pretty confident that he was the first one to move, so I just went for it. And I got a gold split. Nice. Saved like 2 seconds there. I must have had to look at it a second time in my PB. Sometimes you gotta. Alright, entering World 6. This is the world I would say where people will start failing minigames. I haven't failed one yet, but World 6 is definitely, especially with Box Mountain Mayhem, this is a crazy one.
Start.
Nice. Good RNG. I'm pretty sure I'm already guaranteed to win, but I got lucky there. I wish Donkey Kong would stop punching me! Please, just end the game. Alright. Plenty of coins. Nice. But that was really slow. Lost me like 6 seconds just because we didn't clear it very fast, but at least I didn't fail, so still failless. This is another really fail... Oh no, not this one. Okay, Pedal Power is just another destroy your hand and cry in pain minigame. Alright, that was really fast. That was really good. But my poor hand. My poor hand. Nice, bringing me back 4 seconds in the green. Alright, Tipsy Tourney is a really classic Mario Party game everyone loves. Pretty straightforward, just gotta get the shell to uncover all these tiles. Alright. Wow, that was about perfect. For me, anyways. I usually have a little bit of trouble with that one. Still lost 0.6 seconds on it. I must have done even better in my PB. Okay, Hot Bob Bomb. Like I said, like out of 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 6, 1, 6, 2, and 6, 4 are definite run killers. This one has a lot of RNG in it. Between 11 and 17 pulses, this thing can explode. Whew! Got a little lucky there. Losing some time though, because it took a while to explode, so I lost 0.3. It must have been about the same kind of thing in my PB. But that is a terrifying minigame. So we've gotten through like basically the gauntlet of really failable games, but there's definitely potential for failing a lot of these other games. The next one is the Hot Rope Jump, which you have to do 40 jumps without failing. And it's while it's not too difficult, there's definitely, you know, it's pretty scary. It's a pretty scary thing that can really kill your run. So just gotta focus. Optimally, I'm in the middle of the rope. I don't like being on the either end of it. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'm in the middle. Good. Okay, so that is 6-6. I didn't commentate too much during that because it's pretty important to stay focused on that. You can't lose or gain any time in speedrun sense unless you fail it, and then you lose time. So, this is a slot machine. We want to go for the coin. If we can't get the coin, we go for whatever we can, but the coin is the fastest thing we could do here. It just gives you one coin and the minigame ends. Oh, I got hat. That's the worst. Ah, I failed. Dang. Slot machine I've always had the most trouble with, but it's a pretty quick one to just do over. Let's hope I can get it this time. That's my first fail though. Dang, slot machine. Oh my god, hat again, why? Oh, come on! The choke, man. Oh well. I've always been really bad at slot machine. I hate it so much. It's my least favorite one, I think. But, you know, anything could happen in a race, right? I really hate it when I get hat by accident because you wait for hat because when you see hat, that's when you go for coin. You gotta kind of let it roll over. Okay. Shell, shell, and chest. Okay, got it. Alright, so optimally you want to get coin just to make things fast. I went a little too early and got hat. And hat is the best thing you can get in slot machine. Casually, you get the most coins, which makes it the hardest to line up 3 of them because the thing keeps spinning faster and faster. If you go for coin, the thing remains slow. So if you manage to get coin for the first one, the other 2 are easy. But if you miss coin on the first one, it becomes really hard. So there you go. That's just mash as fast as you possibly can, because it is very failable. Oh wow, that was a glod, and I saved 38 seconds, because I actually failed Crane Game in my personal best run, because you really do have to mash, and if you don't, you drop them. So, this is still a decent enough time, and I'd say for a race, it's really good, so... So for this one, you just really have to pay attention and follow along with your eyes where the connectors are and how you're gonna get it to Mario. But yeah, I got it there, so that's good. It can be a pretty hard minigame though. And Bowl Over is another one of those mini games that we tend to dread. Depending on the setting here, it could be really easy or it could be really hard. And this is pretty easy. So hopefully I don't screw it up. Oh, unless they split up. No, they're getting in the corner nice for me. Come on. Beautiful. Wow, I got all the pins. I got a strike. Strike! Sweet. Okay, so for Whack-A-Plant, you need to get to 25 coins to complete the mini game and move on to the next one. However, we don't want to get any more coins than that because when you're jumping on the plants and there's tons of plants on the screen and coins popping out of the plants' heads on the screen, you're getting way too many things appearing on the screen and it causes a crazy amount of lag. So, as you can see, there's already some lag starting to form on this round. Whoa, why did you jump up? What are you doing, Mario? Dang it. So ideally you don't want to jump at all on this round, but I missed a bunch of coins. Once you get 25 coins though, the most important thing is that you stop because the screen lags a lot. How did I gold that? Maybe I need to look into that a bit more. That's interesting. Alright, Mario Bandstand. This is another really good time for donations. Pretty much the easiest mini game out of all of them. And it's a pretty long one, so. Great time for donations here. Ba 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 ba. Wow, the computer players did pretty bad there. I had nothing to worry about. Oh, this is another really scary minigame. Basically, you have to rely a lot on the computer players to help you here. This is one of the ones where it's 4-player and you're all working together. If you get caught by a boo with the light bulb, then you walk towards the big boo, and if you get sucked back in there and then die, you lose the minigame. Your computer players have to punch the ghosts and punch each other when they get caught by ghosts, so that... Uh-oh. This is not... They're in a bad spot right now. Somebody punch this guy. Basically, it's hard to explain, but you just want your computer players to be competent enough and save you. And so far they're doing a pretty decent job. I spoke too soon. Dear God, Luigi, save them. Luigi, what are you doing, Luigi? Oh God! Okay. That can be a really scary one in speedrunning because you never know what the computer players are going to do, obviously. And yeah, I got pretty lucky there.
Finish.
So coming up next is Grab Bag, and you know, it's a pretty easy game in general, but once again, RNG can screw you over. You need to collect 15 coins, so 3 bags of coins from these guys. And sometimes when you grab them and pull coins out, though, it'll be the single coins. So you have a lot of time to do it, but you can get really screwed over in this one. But I got 3 bags right away, so now I just sort of run away from everybody. And if I'm lucky, I can get a pretty funny AI situation where they just run around in circles and go for each other. I'm gonna go over here. But yeah, it looks like I got them locked in a circle pattern, so we can just enjoy for the next 30 seconds Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and Peach running around in a big circle. This is how this game's supposed to go. This is the best way for this game to go. I guess this would also be a good time for donations. if the person who first manages to lock them like this. Fantastic.
Finish. Clear.
Gold! By 0.0 seconds. That's my favorite kind of gold. Alright, for keep away, it's pretty easy. You just want to, as fast as you can, obviously put the key in the lock. But if any of the players put the key in the lock, you still pass the minigame. So it's a pretty easy one to not fail. There we go. Oh, there we go. Lost a second there.
Finish. Clear.
Bowser's Big Blast is another one of those Mario Party minigames that everyone remembers and loves. Alternating A and Z, and you do it in a timed way. It's not mashing, because you want to get as much air as you can into the Bowser. Optimally, you'll have like a 13 left on the clock, but 12 is good too. So I got a 12.
Finish.
No problem.
Clear.
Looks like I missed that split in my PB, but whatever. And then Facelift, another awesome Mario Party game that everybody remembers and loves. This is one of my favorite Mario Party games of all time, actually, I think. It's fun. You watch this guy's face get warped and then you try to match it. That looks like a decently easy one, but... Mouth is flat, so nose comes down. That doesn't look right. I think you need about a 90 here to pass this minigame.
Finish.
96 will do. So this is another one of the ultimate best ones to read donations on, because you simply run around in circles. If you even remain with one coin on this one, you succeed and move on to the next minigame. So donations can easily be read here. You basically just run around in circles. And I think, I'm not 100% on this, but I think if you end this minigame with 5 coins, then you save a little bit of time. So when the time starts getting really low, I'm just going to let them hit me a couple times. Good. So I ended with 5 coins. I don't know if that saves time, but I've heard that it does. A most minuscule amount of time. Alright, so this is a lot like a coin flower shower, where once you get your 10 coins that you need to move on, you just run off the edge. It's another speedrun kind of thing we do here. But you need bags, and this guy can be a jerk about that sometimes. Oh, I spoke too soon. Thank you for the bags. Oh, this is, what a nice guy. That's like the fastest I've ever done that minigame. For sure, gold split. Saved 12.7 seconds on that. Alright, nice. So Slot Car Derby, you know, some people have trouble with it, but basically the best strategy I can think of
Ready? Go.
is just holding your control stick in whatever direction you feel like, and when you start getting those puffs of smoke, then just let go and then re-push all the way. And works for me pretty much every time. Dang, just barely missed the new record. Next one, Shell Game. Another fairly straightforward one where donations can be read, no problem. No one's gonna lose track of this at our level, you know. But I think that, like, basically on World 9, I think the race between first and second is gonna be neck and neck no matter what happens. You know, it's just such a close race, and people are bound to fail minigames, people are bound to catch up and make comebacks, and it's just gonna be, I think it's just gonna be a really intense race.
Start. Finish. Clear.
Okay, moving on. This is a pretty straightforward one, but it can be, you can fail it. It's a scary one. This is one that I think the racers are going to be worried to choke. I got pretty bad RNG here. Look at that! Are you kidding me? Right after I say, I tapped as lightly as I could there. I got the worst possible RNG. That is my least favorite tower to deal with, but that's okay. See, if that happened when I was in first and someone overtook me, how intense would that be in the race? I think that would be exciting. This isn't a great RNG either. Gotta wait for this. Okay, 5 on the clock is pretty average. You can get a 7 with the perfect RNG. Alright, and plus 36 going into Platform Peril, which is the second last minigame. So I'd say this is a really, really solid run for a race right here. Something people don't know about Platform Peril is you can actually go faster if you just tap the button lightly. I didn't want to collect those coins, but it won't make much of a difference. That's that millisecond stuff. But yeah, if you just lightly tap and do small jumps, then you go faster in Platform Peril. Alright, now we're heading on into the final minigame, which is just Slot Car Derby again with Toad. So, there you go. Okay. So, same strats exactly for this one. For me, anyways. I don't know what the other guys do, but...
Ready? Go.
And it's around the turns more likely that you're going to start wearing out, so if you think about that too, you can adjust for it pretty well. So with that is Mario Party Minigame Island any %. I got a 38.43 here, which is pretty good, with a couple of failed minigames, this being Slot Machine. But yeah, I really think that with 4 people racing this game, it's bound to be extremely close. I would say a good estimate would be like 42 minutes, just in case like someone has a really awful time. But that being said, like maximum gap between first and last place for this, with absolutely someone just having a really awful run, I'd say it would be about 5 minutes. So I'd say that's pretty good for a GDQ race. And yeah, thanks for your consideration. That's all.